So I saw Obsession last night. Great movie. I spent about $21 for it. Uh, I'm not gonna review it because I don't think I could talk about. You know, I can't really say anything else that hasn't really been said as far as positive comments towards it because I think it was great and that's really all that matters. I got like a perfect view of the movie. I was like right in the middle of the theater, so I got a pretty perfect view of it, which is great. I do want to talk about a few things before about like the theater itself before I try and like psychoanalyze it poorly. Firstly, the theater was packed. I haven't seen a theater packed since before COVID. That was the first thing I noticed. I've not seen the movie theater completely sold out since, I guess, The Rise of Skywalker. Actually, now I think I don't even think Rise of Skywalker was sold out. No, it was not. So, it was not 2019. It would have been 2018 then. Yeah, 2018 was the last time I saw the theater sold out. So, lick. Yeah, so yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. It's the first time I've seen a theater since 2018 be sold out, which is crazy. Second thing is that I think the horror movie itself, well, obviously Obsession is a horror movie, but I thought the movie itself was very unique for a horror movie. I don't watch like a ton of horror movies. I watched The Exorcist and Psycho, which is about it. I saw like a quarter of Insidious. And I felt that the movie was very unique, though, even though I haven't seen that many movies. What I understand about horror movies, and for what I was expecting for the movie before I saw it, was that it was gonna be like a lot of jump scares and stuff, which I thought, would not have made the movie that good. But I thought it was very good because it was kind of a unique take on horror. It wasn't like any it wasn't like jump scares and stuff. It was more so like a psychological thing, which, as far as I can tell, is not like, it's kind of underutilized in horror. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. But I like that aspect. Okay. I think that's all I have to say about that. So, I thought that the story was very good. I liked that people are kind of like looking at it kind of like as the kind of like how things are, like it's kind of like an interpretation of how loneliness and toxic relationships kind of are nowadays. I'm still trying to like remember everything that happened in the movie because a lot happened, and I'm still trying to like make sure I remember everything correctly, or just so I remember everything correctly, so I don't make like any mistakes or misinterpret anything. But I liked how the one I liked how the relationship is portrayed, and how Bear was, the asshole who was taking advantage of Nikki, and how he treated her throughout the relationship, and how that was all portrayed, because it seemed well, it was very real, very realistic too. It was kind of standard, like the person kind of has this idealized version of the person they want, and when they get that idealized version, they don't like that version of that person at all. And how Barris portrays a selfish person. Especially at the part where Nikki was begging Bear to kill her, and Bear's ego was hurt, and he kind of just left her to fend for herself before meeting with Sarah, and Sarah getting the prick action from Nikki. The movie itself, I like the unsettling parts with where Nikki would show up and how unsettling things would be. And I want to make it clear that the way I interpret it is that Nikki's the victim and Bear is the villain. And Ian's kind of like a villain too, because he could have just told Bear that he and Nikki were fucking. But obviously that kind of led to Bear doing all the shit that he did. Whereas if he had told Bear from the beginning what was going on between Ian and Nikki, that then Bear could just let things go and moved on with his life before he made that wish, and things went the way they did. What else can I say? I'm not an English teacher, so I'm not like very good at explaining these things in depth. And also, like I said, I'm still trying to gather my thoughts from it, so. I think that as far as horror movies go, I think it's probably gonna be seen as one of the best. Actually, what I've realized when I saw after the movie, when the movie's over and I was driving home, well, not when I was driving home, but after when I got home and I was reading other things people were saying. I remember one comment said that the YouTubers who are making films or making all these horror films, and it kind of made me realize that maybe like horror is going to be like the top genre of this decade, not necessarily based on sales, but so much based on quality. So far, it seems that people are gravitating more towards horror in the 2020s. That might be wrong. Maybe I am wrong. But so far, from what I've seen, from Sinners to Obsession and Backrooms, and well, that's it really. I haven't heard or seen any other movies. Based on those 3 movies alone, and a few other things that I saw from other movies, which I have not seen, but I did see them. But I am assuming that they're all based in the horror genre. That horror is probably going to be like the top genre of the decade when we look back on this, the terrible 20s. Actually, it would make sense for horror to be the top genre of the terrible 20s. I think it would go hand in hand. Yeah. It also is great for independent films that we're seeing that all these films, these independent films are gaining more traction than the big budget corporate movies. That's not to say that the corporate movies themselves are bad, because some of them are very good. But it's nice to see that the lower budget movies are gaining more traction now, and I hope that more people focus on these indie films rather than the corporate stuff that you can find on streaming later on. Anyway, I would pay to see Obsession again, but $20 to see a movie once was enough. Paying another $20 to see it again is too much for me. I'll just wait for it to come out on streaming or Blu-ray, so I can plug it into my DVD player and watch it over and over again, and hopefully I can get a better grasp on it than I did since I'm talking about it, since I'm seeing it only from last night. I should probably have mentioned spoilers, but it's my video, so fuck you if you got spoiled. I mean, it's been out for like almost a month, so by this point it's on you. So yeah, fuck you. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say on that. Maybe I can talk more about Obsession and its parallels to relationships in the modern era when I watch it again and am able to have a better or deeper understanding of it. Yeah, see ya.